We started.
Action.
Welcome back, everyone. This is episode 2 of the Semi-Retired Gents. I'll be hosting today. My name is Michael.
My name is Hiro.
Keith.
And my name is Shaib. Hello.
Alright, so for those of you tuning in from last time, as you can tell, we have updated the venue. And actually I wanted to segue into some comments that we received from the first one. So at Kindface, thank you for the feedback about the audio, hence why we have elected to get some equipment, proper setting, just that way it's a more pleasing viewing experience.
Can I just say that, you know what, I actually like that we do this, because like we've met up and done other stuff,
Sure.
but I like talking. Like I like talking a lot, so it's like spending the time, and because every like last time we met up, like we spent like maybe like 30-40 minutes just chatting, catching up. So I love that we do this with our spare time, because I want to chat just about what you guys been up to and stuff. So I just wanted to like throw that in there, like.
I agree. Also, and pardon my mispronunciation of any of these names, Yang Shang Fang had a question about our visas, so I wanted to take a chance to just answer the question. The specific type that we are on is a LTSVP, or a long-term social visitor pass. That's how we're here.
Nice.
At Squibstar, he has this individual asked kind of a philosophical question. I would love your guys' thoughts. Is not working the dream, or is it the dream not to work?
Great question.
Not working the dream, or is it the dream not to work?
I think it's a dream not to work. You don't want to wake up and say, I have to do these things. I think the dream is to do something, but you're not thinking about work. If it's not working or doing something you love, kind of got to find that lane for yourself.
I mean, if we're taking it as a serious question, because it was my friend that wrote that comment, but if we're taking it as a serious question, is not. I think everyone looks forward to their retirement, right? So, you know, I look forward to my retirement. Like I'm gonna have a like counter of how many times I say like, because when I was editing this year, I said it like, oh, there you go. See, that's at least number 4. When I was editing the last one, I must have counted myself saying that word 100 million times. So I'm gonna have a little counter. I'm gonna try not to say it. No one's actually said anything. I just picked it up myself. Anyway, yeah, I think everyone looks forward to their retirement, and I think that also every time I visited a country, I've always thought, oh, could I retire here? So it's always like that thought. That thought of not working, but I would say not working is the dream. Like there you go. We always look at, you know, let's say millionaires or billionaires or those kind of people, and they don't necessarily have to work. So I would probably say not working is the dream.
I think it's not the goal, because I don't aim to quit the job. It's lucky. It's luck. And I don't aim. So, たまたま偶然. What a coincidence. I quit the job and I live in Malaysia. But in the future, I should something activity I want to do. Now is nothing. I've only podcast. But I want to find something like activity or work. I think so.
Yeah, I'm kind of in alignment with you, Hiro, because when we have the 40-hour-a-week job, you always think and dream about not having to do it. And so it's kind of interesting for us now, kind of being in the situation where we've reached that place of semi-retirement. So it's kind of like, okay, now we're almost living that dream of not having to work, but now what to dream about now. now that you've kind of like reached that destination. So I think similar to what you said, it's trying to find an activity. Like for me, it's playing pool, hanging out with you guys, but need to find things to fill the time now, right? Yeah.
Just to add on to that, I think we have goals, and I think it's really good that you can make a goal. But I feel like very rarely do we think about how do you make a new goal or how do you change that goal? Because my goal was I wanted a kitchen island. And like, I wanted a kitchen island and I have a kitchen island now. So I'm like, this didn't feel the way I thought it would feel having a kitchen island. And yeah. And it's like, once you achieve something, like sometimes you don't think it's going to feel the way it's going to feel, if that makes sense. I think the only thing that felt the way I expected it to kind of feel like was maybe getting one of my jobs as sales. But even that, I mean, it felt correct in maybe for about a year. But yeah, the kitchen island didn't hit as much as I thought it would hit.
That cracked me up.
Yeah.
So if any of you have also reached this place of retirement, semi-retirement, if you have any ideas for things that we can all delve into or how you have kind of made this transition, please let us know. And then lastly, from Blumenhell, I have got a marriage proposal.
It was a joke. It was I shared this a lot. I shared it a lot with like on my Instagram and stuff. So I think it probably just was a lot of jokes as well. As you can tell, I like saying a lot of jokes. So it was also probably a lot of jokes.
So your answer is?
My answer is I'm married. Happily married, I might add. So I'm going to have to do a strong decline on that one.
Okay. Should I have said no?
Did you guys all think it was real?
You never know.
True.
Oh, that's hilarious. That's so funny.
All right. So yeah, that wraps up kind of the responding to the comments. Again, please leave us more if you do have further questions that we can answer for you folks next time. All right, guys. Updates. So it's been about 3 weeks.
It's been a long time, innit? I've been looking to see you. I've been looking to find out about the dog. Is this too early to bring up? I want to know. Like, I literally was every time I saw Hero, I was like, I want to know about this dog, man. I want to know what happened.
All right, can you kick us off with updates?
Sorry if it's too early. I need to know.
Oh no, it's not too early. So if you guys watched the first episode, I hope you did. I didn't have my dog with me, so mother-in-law came to visit, right? And she was able. We were able to get the correct paperwork this time, so he was able to come. And we got him, and it's been an adjustment for him, I think. When I lived in the States, I lived on the 3rd floor, my apartment. Here, I'm on the 32nd. So the first couple of days with him, he kind of was just like walking around, scared of heights, getting used to it. I brought him on the balcony. He kind of was like afraid, you know. He was looking. The animal's brain was processing. Like,
is this safe?
Yeah, he kept looking to his nose. He was sniffing. So I'm thinking, but he's adjusting good, and we're adjusting to him having him here. It was lonely at first. There was a lot of lonely days. All 4 of us are here by by ourselves a lot. So having him here is it's been a good joy. Feeling good.
Your missus must have cried a lot.
Oh yeah. She was, I'm not gonna say she cried a lot, but it was emotional, like getting him, because we had when we got him here, he had to quarantine, right? Mm-hmm. Quarantine for 7 days. So he knew he was here, and the quarantine individual was sending us pictures and updates, right? So she would get the picture, she would get emotional.
Aww.
We actually went to go pick him up. It was like, okay, like here he was in a crate, and here is different. In your Grabs, Ubers, some drivers don't allow animals, so you have to specify. So the driver was like, well, he can ride, but I don't want him out the cage. So we had him in the back seat, and he was whimpering, and he was shaking the cage because he wanted to get out, because I guess he smelled us. And the ride was like 40 minutes, and that was a tough ride.
I didn't know that was a thing.
The entire time. Yeah, so
the Grabs don't allow animal. I didn't know that.
It varies. It depends on the driver.
It depends on the driver. And he was fine with him being in the cage, but he wasn't fine with him like running around. So the whole ride, it was a 40-minute ride. That was emotional. Hearing him whimper, like making a little noise, trying to get our attention, that was tough. But since he's been there, it's been great, man. I've been having add him to my schedule. You know, this semi-retired life, I'm enjoying my free time by myself. And now I have an animal, so I have to first thing in the morning I have to walk him, and late at night I have to walk him. I have to feed him, I have to make sure he's alive. You know, it's one thing to worry about doing his spouse, but
Full-time dad.
That's so funny. I love
I have
that.
my moments where I'm like, where is he? I'm like, okay, where's the kid? Where's the dog? Okay, he's alive. Okay, I gotta get back to it.
That's so funny.
When I first got here, it was like my brain was on that. Then I had to get used to being by myself. Now I have to get used to having him again. So, but it's been a warm welcome for him. I think is I bring him on the elevator and I walk him. People walk up to him. I don't think here.
Oh, that's interesting.
The
Yeah.
dog thing is not a big thing like in America. So people walk up to him, I had at least 3-4 people take pictures.
Really?
Take selfies with him. Yeah.
Damn.
And like, where is he from? Or he's cute. Or where you get him from? How can I get one? I'm like, he's from America. It might be kind of tough to get one, but it's been an adjustment. But it's been a good adjustment. And I'm glad he's here.
Yeah, because in the U.S., right, like it's very common to, you know, if you want to say hi to someone's pet, to ask the owner permission. Like, can I say hi?
Yeah, people here is
Wait, do you walk your cats?
No.
Oh, I was gonna
It's
say.
like, you know, and mostly for people with dogs, right? You know, they're out. Like, if you just went up and started petting someone's pet, like it could be
socially awkward. It'd be
socially awkward.
Socially awkward. Here is more. They don't break the ice here. They kind of just walk up, grab them, hold them. I kind of just like, sure, but I'm like, it's kind of awkward. Like I said, normal people ask, but you know, I'm getting used to it. But it's good to have them here. And
That's really cool though. I think that's so sociable. Like, there you go.
yeah.
It's sociable in that sense.
Oh, definitely. I mean, consider being different, living here. I get the looks, but like with the dog now, it's like way more attention. He's been here only a week, and I have people talking to me. It's up by like 80%.
That's so
Just
good.
walking up to me, ask me where I'm from, how I get him here, what's my story. I was like, I saw you last week. You looked at me and kept going. Now I have the dog, so it's good. I mean, I'm not really opposed to it, I guess. But
Are you missing your free time a bit? I can see it's on your face.
I miss my morning. That's the scratch at the door. Sometimes he sleeps with us, and it's like a lick on the face. It's like, oh.
You're on a schedule now.
Yeah,
That's so good.
Semi-retired. I was getting used to the lifestyle of just kind of sleeping in. Now I'm back to the scheduling, and so I'm getting used to it.
That's really funny. I love
It's
that.
good to have him here. Overall, it's good to have him here. We missed him, and wife's happy about it. I'm happy about it. So it's a good thing. It's a good thing. You guys got to come visit him.
Yeah.
You know what I do? I love dogs. We're not. It's Islamically we're not allowed dogs, but I love dogs.
You'll like
I got a question though, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
How much was it in the end?
what to get him here?
Yeah.
Paperwork. You want to know?
You don't need to be precise. Like just a rough.
I mean, it wasn't cheap. Flight, paperwork.
Okay, let me guess. How about was it like over 1,000?
Yeah, it was around there.
Okay,
Cause just the flight alone, and then
that's cheap to you, isn't it, Michael?
So in comparison,
Yeah, remember 7.
True.
Yeah.
in comparison, I hired a pet relocation company to take care of all the logistics for moving my 2 cats from the U.S. to here. So yeah, everything all in, their services, the paperwork, the flights, everything. It cost $7,000 US.
That's so much money.
8,882 ringgit.
Yeah, see, 2 cats. So you had the people do the paperwork. You hired the middleman. Me and the wife just did everything ourselves. So out of pocket, maybe 1,000.
Okay, that's not
Just to get
that's
him
not
here,
too bad.
Paperwork and pay the guy to watch him for a week and like a.
That's not too bad. That's not too
Did you have
bad.
to wear pants when you picked them up at quarantine?
You know, you watched the first time, you understand. This time it was weird. We got them right. It's always weird things here. We picked them up, and the guy had our dog, and we got him on the car. So it was like I was like kind of let him out the cage. My wife wants to hold him. My mother-in-law wants to hold him. The guy was like, no, he cannot get out the cage. He cannot be on the premises.
But at the airport, is this at? Wait.
It's so funny.
Hold on. Is this at the airport?
No, this was at the actual
Quarantine place.
quarantine place, and it was like a gated place. But we were out. We didn't actually go inside. We met outside the gate, and they were like, "He can't use the restroom in this area."
Huh?
I know, and I kind of was just like, I won't ask questions. You know, I'm gonna just go with the flow. I don't want to. But you know, the ladies, the missus was upset, so I had to calm them down. Like she hasn't seen them in 4 or 5 months, so she's freaking out. And I'm talking to the guy like, okay, man, we trying to understand, but you know, I'm trying to simmer down the situation.
Be
I'm trying to talk to the
diplomatic.
Uber,
Yeah.
like, the Grab guy, like, can we ride with you? I know I have the dog, and I'm like, telling my wife it's gonna be okay. We're gonna, you know, so it was a lot on my plate at the time.
Damn, you had a stressful week, man.
Yeah, I mean, just to get them, it was kind of weird. I mean, I don't know, they handle animals differently here, and they view them differently. You know, they don't view it as in America where we had this soft spot, and we here it's like property, like your dog. Cash payment. It was like this big.
Oh.
It's so weird. I have moments I try not to laugh. Like, what? I'm like, dude, it doesn't be that serious. But they take their job serious, you know. So it was a moment, but all in all, about $1,000.
Yeah.
Got him here. He's with us now. Now I have to find a vet here. Then this lovely gentleman here, Michael, told me about Pet Safari.
It's a good place, huh?
I would compare it to like PetSmart. They have like a lot of things you can get in there. I went there. So I have a place where I can get them food, some toys, some snacks, but now I have to find them a vet.
I got.
Okay, cool. We can set that up.
I got a new question. In terms of pricing for like food and all that kind of stuff, is it the same or is it cheap?
No,
Is it a lot cheaper or
Cheaper.
Really? That's interesting.
It is cheap.
Basically.
Free.
Basically free.
I had a water today. It cost 190 ringgits.
Basically free.
That's like 20p.
Let me see. I bought we have an app for it. I purchased. So it was like we probably spent like 65 ringgit. So I spent $15 for like food, snacks, and so.
That's really good. How long do you think that would last you for?
I bought a small amount. Depending on how much you give them. I don't spoil them. Give them treats I train them, so I'll give them a treat for like a good deed.
Right.
Or if I'm showing them something, I'll give him a treat. But I won't give him a treat all the time.
Okay.
I learned when he was a puppy, you can run through it, and he won't really learn. They're smart. He'll just know like, okay, I'm gonna get a treat. But I have to train him like, okay, you'll get something with a good deed. You know. So
What's a good deed?
that's a good question. Opening the front door, not running out. So I open the front door, he'll sit down and look at me. I'm like, ha. So he knows like he's smart enough to say, I sat by the door, they run out. So can I get a reward? I'm like, here you go, you get a treat. So things of that gesture, like small things. Some falls on the ground, he'll look at it, won't eat it. Okay, you'll get a treat. You're learning.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's good. That's quite good.
Associating food with behaviors.
That's quite good,
Smart
yeah.
dudes out there, super smart. So I'll do things instead of just giving him. Or he looks at me, gives you the puppy dog's face. I won't just give it to him. That'd be too easy. Can't give in. My wife will, and thus me buying more snacks. But I have to teach her. Hey, let's teach him. He has to learn. You know, things like that. You know.
Would you say that the stuff that you bought so far is that like a week or longer or?
A bag of snacks. This should last me a month, more than a month.
What about the food?
Food, I didn't buy a big bag. I wanted to see how he's going to adjust to his stomach.
Different food.
Different food.
Interesting.
Just how we would adjust to eating certain foods.
Ah, right.
So I want to test it and see how it goes and see if he likes it. So the first day he smashed it. So I'm like, okay, he likes it. I want to see it. I kind of want to just watch him.
Interesting.
You know, kind of.
You probably have to measure everything, I guess.
Yeah, I mean.
In a sense.
I wouldn't say measure, but it's kind of just watching him in the sense of like how his body reacts. Will he get diarrhea? Will he eat half of it and not mess with it? That tells me like, okay.
But he's been fine the whole way.
He's always been fine. Yeah.
Well, like one thing that I noticed just for food options is so like in the U.S. my cats like to eat things with beef in it, right? Because cats are carnivores, right?
Of course.
But here, majority of the pet food, like wet pet food, it's all different fish.
Yeah.
And I was just kind of like, okay, I can't really find beef, pate or the kind of food that they had.
That's so interesting. Yeah, that's so.
All right, let's hope they can adjust the fish, and they have, thankfully.
Yeah. So wait, so did you find beef in the end, or you didn't? Or no, they just adjusted.
They just adjusted.
They just adjusted.
Like, thank goodness, because otherwise trying to hunt out like beef, wet food for cats, like it'd be hard.
Wait, but you've got quite a lot of cats, right?
I have 3.
And all of them adjusted to the food.
Well, so one of them is a newer cat that we got here. So that little guy, he's a kitten. So
That's a bad.
Yeah.
So cute.
yeah.
So would you prefer? You're a cat guy. Could you see yourself having a dog in the future?
At
man?
this point, I've asked myself this question.
Michael, get a bit closer to the mic. Sorry, this is gonna hurt me later in editing. That's why, because I know all of our levels are gonna be good, and Michael's gonna be over here, and I'll be like, I'm gonna have to try and do something to this now.
Yeah, I can say at this point I would not get a dog. Specifically for the reasons of how self-efficient cats are in terms of like the bathroom situation. Like,
Super.
I mean, even like
super
from
efficient.
the time they're a kitten, I didn't have to train them to go in the litter box. They just know where to go. They clean themselves. Yeah, they shed fur, but I feel I could have a dog and could have that same thing. But specifically, I love the part about not having to take them out to use the bathroom because especially where I'm from in the U.S., Seattle, it rains a lot. And I just whenever I see dog owners, I'm like, yeah, I'm happy that's not me having to be outside.
Yeah.
Especially 'cause it's really hot around here.
raining.
Touche, man.
And yeah.
Cats are super self-efficient, so that's why I access twice a day, man. I gotta make sure rain, sleet, snow, twice a day. Gotta do.
Maybe we need to downgrade your status to like quarter retired, something like that.
Adjusted. Give me like a shirt.
Yeah, you can be the quarter retired gent with the dog.
Man, dude, I'll take that. I'll switch it for those walks. Sometimes you can walk a dog and they're like, nope, not that tree. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, it's like, oh, dude, come on, man. I'm getting rained on. Come on. So, it's been an adjustment, but I think wife's happy, I'm happy, he's happy, so we're good.
Well, how's your mother-in-law like to hear? I want to hear about that.
Oh man, that was
How long did she stay for in the end?
For 2 weeks.
Hmm.
It
That
was.
flew by.
I know, dude. It did fly by. It was nice having someone there. I think we were like a social experiment. But by our first several months here being alone, I got adjusted, which I didn't mind. But having her here while the wife was at work, it's like, I'm kind of aggravated. Not a bad way, but I'm like, I guess it's a bad word to use, but I'm like, I guess I really, to myself, I enjoy my alone time. But she's a loving, caring woman. I love her to death. But I realized to myself, like, dang, maybe I did like my
Quarter retired gent.
I did like my alone time. But it was cool, man. She's a breath of fresh air. She brought joy to the crib. We did a lot of things. We took her to the towers. We took her to Highlands.
Genting Highlands.
Genting Highlands. Took her out to eat a lot.
All the malls.
All the malls.
There's even one in Genting,
Yep.
There's like,
Of course.
have you been to Genting? Have you been to Genting Highlands?
Sorry, Genting.
Genting Highlands.
Genting Highland. I didn't understand.
The outlets is like an hour away. It's like an hour away.
Casino.
No.
Ah.
I don't think he's been. I don't think you've been.
You should go.
It's like a tourist spot. Tourist for tourism.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, she liked that.
Did you take the cable carts?
Yeah.
Okay.
So in Malaysia when she was here, a week ago, it was their national holiday.
Malaysia Day.
Malaysia Day. So she came at a good time. But we were idiots and we booked the Genting Highland trip the day of the holiday. So we
Oh no.
dude, it was so packed.
Oh no.
It was so jam-packed, kids everywhere. People were walking shoulder to shoulder. So she really we got there at 10:30. And so you had to catch a bus there, and our way going back home bus was 5. So we thought okay, we don't have much time to shop and eat. Dude, they were shopping women. They shopped the entire time. So.
And you know what though, because I've been as well. The outlet had really good discounts.
Oh, dude.
That's what made it worse.
Oh, it's great. I mean, it's just like in the States where we have outlets too, and it's always discounted things. So they shop for hours. What'd you do? Oh, I was what husbands do in Malaysia and where else in the world. I carry bags, Now I held the door open. I carry bags, and
What a gentleman.
What a gent. That's why we have gents in the name, huh?
I would have been at the casino.
I literally held bags for 3-4 hours. I mean, no, I don't complain. But the gist of the story is when you go to this place, Highland, you can catch the what you call it?
Sky cable car thing.
The cable cart, and it takes you further up into the mountain where the casino.
Way high.
Where the casino is. So we wanted to shop first and then catch the cart, but dude, we barely made it to get to the cart. It was so packed. It was like a theme park. You're in the theme park and you're in the line. We were like in this maze trying to get there, and we barely made it. Barely made it. Like we got off the thing, came back down. Our bus was there. We barely made it. So that was a stressful time. Like, I didn't think we were gonna make it home.
Did you get inside the park then? Like the actual theme park?
No, we didn't. We just we rode the cart to the top, looked around, took pictures, and went right back in line. Because we were idiots and we booked it the time of the actual holiday, so everyone was there, and it was the weekend. So we went on a Saturday on a national holiday, so it was stupid packed. Everyone was there. But overall, it was fun.
You didn't buy the tickets for the actual theme park because there's a theme park up there.
No. So you can buy the tickets.
Yeah.
But we wasn't sure. She's a older woman, so it was like I'm not sure she want to ride rides and do.
Yeah.
So we just booked the ticket
to get there
and come back, and she's a woman, of course. So she'll want to shop. We can go up there and see.
The shopping's really good.
Shopping is really good.
Yeah.
She bought 2 pairs. She bought shoes, clothes. She bought a lot of things, probably for under 100 USD. So
that's so good.
You guys can come and visit us, and you can shop a lot here. Money goes far, but so we didn't think that she'll want to do something like that.
It's the reason I ask is because when we went there recently as well, I feel like we've done everything at a similar kind of time. But when we got to the Highlands, the shopping was really good. We were having a very relaxed day, so we were going just chill, just relaxed vibe. And when we got to the actual Highlands, I think we knew there was a theme park of some kind, but we weren't sure if we wanted to do it. So by the time we got there, it was maybe like we probably spent 2-3 hours shopping. And then there's an indoor theme park. You must have seen that, right? Yeah. There's an indoor theme park, all free, by the way. That's even crazy as well. Like, you just need to get there. So you can pretty much just take a grab there. It's really weird, right? You can take a train there, I think halfway at least. You can take a grab. You can take a bus, apparently. And yeah, that shopping mall was crazy. But because we were going so relaxed, it was already like 4 o'clock, and we were like, we're not going to spend. And that was like the most expensive tourist item we saw. It was £40, I think £45. I can't remember what. It was at least 300 ringgits or something like that. I can't remember now. Yeah. To get in, it was really expensive. It was not cheap. It wasn't cheap. It was genuinely, that was just the theme park. You must have a recollection of that, right?
Well, we didn't even try.
Ah.
This is my second time going. The first time me and the wife went, I could have checked, but it was our first time, and we went like the 3rd week here, so we kind of were still fresh, and we didn't really know anything, so we kind of walked around, took pictures, and when we went to the arcade, we played some video games, and just walked around, kind of asked a few questions, but we always had in our back, we'll come back.
Yeah.
But we didn't come back with her mother, my mother-in-law. So
we just got there too late. We got there 4 o'clock. Even if we paid for the tickets, they're probably maybe a tiny bit cheaper than what I can remember now. But even if you paid for the tickets, the park was closing in like an hour. Yeah. Just like there's no point.
No, it's pretty cool. Once you ride the cable cart into the mountain and up, you can see the theme park from your cart. So it's pretty dope. You can. Something like Fiesta, Texas, It's like something like that on the outside, and you go on the inside is I would compare it to more of a kiddie park in the inside. I guess the adult is more on the outside, but in the inside at the casino, they have you can do VR. You can do it. Have like a David Buster's kind of gaming area where you get a card and you play. Kind of we did that as well. So it's nice, man. The setup is. I mean, it's pretty nice. You can ride the card up. You can see they have structures, hotels and buildings where you can stay. Man,
Good for families.
Yeah, it's a lot of family. You see a lot of families. But it's something you do if you're a foreigner and you came here, you would do it. It's like a list of things to do on Google is probably like number 6, 7. It's on there to
just like Batu Cave.
Yeah, it's one of the main things to do.
Honestly, the tickets were around £40. I got a note here, £40 and 50 USD. Is Takai. Yeah, very expensive. Huh?
Did you get in?
Yeah. Everything else was fine. The cable cars were maybe 18 ringgits. And I think we paid for a return, which we didn't end up even using. And some of the other stuff were fine. We played a few games. Did you win anything?
No, I didn't.
My mate won at the flipping basketball, and we had to carry a ginormous banana around like the whole flipping way. It was so, oh man, it was hilarious. It was so hilarious, and he was so insistent on leaving it inflated because like halfway we realized that you can deflate it, and we were getting so on the way back we didn't take this cable car. We didn't take it. I think they couldn't be bothered to wait for the line, so we just took a grab instead. And he was insistent on not deflating the banana, yeah. And to the point where we were trying to put it into this flipping boot of a car, and he's like punching it to try and like get the flipping banana.
The boot is a trunk?
Yeah.
I did. Good call. I did.
Yeah, the trunk. Sorry.
You're good.
Yeah. And he's like punching this flipping banana. I got so many funny videos of us walking around, and he's just holding his flipping banana.
Wow.
And like we're sitting next to, at one point we all get tired, so we go get a coffee, and we're just sitting there, and they're just, it looks like another whole like humanoid banana thing.
I did.
Honestly. But yeah, I think that was all I wanted to say about the Gentings, to be fair. We won a banana.
Make a return trip to visit anytime soon?
Yeah, she wants to. She really liked it. Like we said, that's the first video. You learn about the money. She saved so much money, so I think she liked it. People are nice and the food was good to her, but the main thing was the money. Like,
wait, what was her experience flying here on the laundry?
Oh, that's interesting.
Was that like a pain point for her?
She said it wasn't that bad.
Okay.
Because I think where we come from is like you're used to a certain standard, but even if you fly economy and you come here and you fly the different airlines that come here, they're more respectable, I think, than to fly. I'm not gonna say any names to get in trouble, but
Spirit Airlines. What a guess.
So she flew and they fed her and they were like, gave her a blanket and they were just nice to her. So she said the experience was pretty good.
Okay, I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah, so she didn't.
That's good, yeah.
She said it was a good experience, but I think her number one thing was the money. I told her I made her download the currency app and I was showing her how to convert it and mess with it. Dude, she converted everything. It was so funny. It was like the running joke. She'll see something converted. And it was like, at one point in time, we were like, okay, look, you gotta stop buying stuff. I was like her coach, like, look, let's bring it in.
Just bring
Time out. Okay. Let's slow down. Take a step back. Take a deep breath.
Oh man.
Oh, dude, the first couple of days I was like, okay. Then like after the first week I was like, we gotta slow down. Like you have to put this stuff in your suitcase, and just seeing the cheaper prices was so astonishing to her. Like
it made her like maybe make some impulse purchases just because of the price.
We were
that
at
she needed it.
It basically. Right? We went to Mr. Dollar.
Game over.
Their dollar store here, and they literally sold mini Fanta orange, strawberry, grape.
Oh, you're talking like the small ones?
The small one.
I bought a small Sprite one.
Yeah, they're at 1 ringgit, so that's like 25 cents.
And they're very cute small bottles.
Yeah, they're 25 cents. So I love my mother-in-law to death. She bought which I've been drinking them right now, but I appreciate it. She bought like 15 of them. She was like, just what's everything in there, buy 'em. And I was like, we don't really need this much soda. She's like, yeah, just buy it because I want to. I said, okay. We'll get it. But I think her main thing was just the price on everything, how cheap it is. Quality of food she liked. We took her to some restaurants. She loved the food. She loved the people. Everybody's nice to her. Getting around, she thought was cool. Even though she did a lot of walking first, she's an older woman, but she didn't think it was too bad. But she really was the money. Like her last day, we talked about going back to her reality and like spending
US dollar.
US dollar and like how much it's gonna cost her. And
It's gonna be a reverse culture shock.
yeah, I said, man, I feel bad. I know. Like you gotta tell me your stories going back and the price difference of paying for things. So. Man, overall, I think it was a good trip for her. It was towards the end, it was super emotional. You know, it's just me and my wife here, so having her mother here was a big thing. Having family, you know, you appreciate how close you are to family till you actually gone for a long period of time. So the last day was super emotional. It was hard to get through. It was hard to for her to say bye. And it was really hard to get all the stuff in her suitcase. I don't have time. We were literally at the airport, and it was too full.
Oh.
We tried. They just like in America. They
Take the soda.
they put her suitcase, and they were like, it's too heavy. We were like going through a thing, trying to see what she can keep and see what she can't keep. So she literally has 2 big bags at our apartment now. We're gonna mail off here next week to her so she can get her things. But overall,
That's gonna cost a lot to send, right?
we learned it's a little pricey, but it's not too bad.
Okay.
You can use DHL. It's reversed. Using DHL in the States just to send something to your neighbor or friend, not worth it. But DHL to go international, worth it.
Okay.
Sorry, DHL, but yeah, but it overall is a good. I think it was good for her. Very emotional, but overall good. Give her experience an A+. We had no problem. We didn't have any incidents where it was like, sorry about that or apologize.
Did she get sick or anything like that?
No, I did actually, but she didn't get sick. But she also caught on, like, which we all caught on. She was like, the food is good. Her appetite was gone. We would eat once a day. And she couldn't believe, like, I'm surprised I haven't eaten and I'm okay. Like, I'm actually not having brain fogs or, like, my stomach isn't bothering me. And, it was, it's an adjustment. And she liked it. It was different.
I feel.
Dude, I was trying to explain it to her on the phone, and then her coming here.
It's 2 different things.
2 different things. Like the first night we took her to Din Tai Fung.
Oh, you went hard on the first night. That's a top tier place.
I wanted to show her, so we ate there. So to give an example to everyone, we ate there maybe 7 p.m. We didn't eat again until the next day for dinner because she was like, I'm satisfied. I'm not hungry. So I just would recommend people to, wherever you're from, go somewhere else, travel, try different food. You'll see what we're referring to, how non-processed food, eating actual food, it's like it does something to you. And she really liked that.
I feel like what I'm seeing on your face is basically like you are going through the same impressions that you went through the first time, but I get like through your mother-in-law pretty much.
Oh yeah, it's just me personally, my personality. I like to show people, and, people good, I'm good. So seeing the expression on her face, her explaining to us like how she felt, and she's being like, I'm not hungry.
That's nice.
Like,
yeah.
To me, it's like I was right. Like it's like, man, it's actually a thing that I'm really working on.
Because sometimes you can sort of feel like, am I exaggerating this kind of experience?
That's how I feel.
Yeah.
Explaining it to people on the phone.
It just doesn't sound real.
Oh, no.
It doesn't sound real at all.
They're like, dude, you're crazy.
Yeah,
I just had 5 burgers. I'm hungry again. It's like, no, dude, that's not normal. No, dude, you eat once a day maybe, and you should be satisfied. So she realized that the food, people, and the currency is like, it's top tier for her. I think she had a good time. At the end, it was emotional, but getting through it, and I mean, oddly, I think it made us closer. Me and her mother, spending some time together. Without, usually she's there, or other families around, but it was a lot of just me and her.
Of course.
So it was a good time for us when we got closer.
Also, word to the wise for when you go to Japan: be prepared
For what?
for bringing back a lot of stuff.
Oh, right, yeah.
We on the last day had to buy an extra suitcase to fit all the stuff we bought. Most of it was like snacks and things, but yeah, we left with the extra suitcase.
Not looking forward to it, dude. That's what they offered us at the airport. We were like rummaging through her things, take some things out, zip it up, too heavy. Zip it up again, too heavy. And the guy was like, "Well, I would recommend getting another suitcase." And we were like, "Okay, what's the price?" And he was like,
See, in Japan though, you go to Don Quixote and buy your extra suitcase, and it's
I like Don Quixote. I went there. We took it there. I like that place.
But the ones in Japan are like
Way better.
exponentially larger. I'm talking
Yeah,
like
there's
9 floors.
That's their main store, right? I like that place. Did you go there a lot, or do you go there a lot when you're back home?
Oh yeah.
I like that place.
And they're open 24 hours in Japan.
They open Don Quixote is open 24 hours in Japan.
24. No, maybe
Some of them are.
maybe depend on store.
Location.
But midnight open.
I like that place. They had this theme song they play the whole time. Yeah, it's
Get stuck in your head.
Dude, we sung the song like 3 days after we left that place. I like that store. I had to go back. It's a good store. Yeah, it was a good trip though, man. It was I'll wait for you guys when you guys are your in-laws coming?
So my in-laws are coming, I think, in November. My mate, very close friend of mine, came. He stayed for maybe about 2 weeks, excluding like flight time. He had a great time. Pretty much exactly what you said.
Yeah, I was there.
It was good. He wanted a boost like every day. Every day. I got the boost, the flipping zzz, that thing. Yeah, he had a boost like every other day. We got so many points now because we got one of the loyalty card things. Like so many points. I had a free one today, in fact.
Yeah, talk about the same thing. She wanted to boost all that she looked.
No, but they're so fresh. They're so okay, back in the UK, they are around £8, so maybe like $9, something like that. So it's quite expensive. Takai, yeah, takai, mecha takai. Yeah, it's very expensive. But here you can get a large one for around $4 or £3. So you're sort of walking around and we all got a little bit sick. That's what I was asking. I was wondering if your in-law got sick, but we all got a little bit sick, and we just walk past and be like, Vita C detox, let's get that. But he had a great time, and every now and then he'd be like, maybe I should just stay. If I can get a remote job, and then so he had a great time. I planned a lot. I'm a big planner, so I'm not planner. Every hour doesn't need to be accounted for, but I like to have a rough idea, or I like to know I'd be able to suggest something. So we did like Genting Highlands. We almost went to Langkawi. We didn't go.
Damn.
We didn't go in the end because they were trying to charge like triple the price for the flights. So the flight is normally I know pounds. I convert everything to pounds. So the flight is normally around £50. I think it's maybe even a little less than that, but they were trying to charge like £150 each for the return flight. So it was like 3 times the amount. And we were still considering it, purely because we weren't sure like when he's going to come back. I'm sure he does want to come back, but we don't know when. So in our mind, it was like, maybe we should just go now. In the end, we just left it because we just thought we're going to fly there. We're going to have to then pay for the hotel. And if we were getting it in a certain budget, but if we got it in that budget, we weren't sure how nice it would be as well. So if there's insects, anything, you know what I mean though, because that's gonna ruin your Yeah, and not to mention you've already just spent 4 times the original amount. Like you weren't never supposed to spend that much. You were supposed to spend like £30 for the flight or £40, and then the hotel could be like 50 quid a night. That's fine, but when you're spending like 500 in that, like it's creeping to that like kind of price range. You're like, if there's an insect, it's gonna bug us, and my flat is all right. So why bother? And there wasn't anything in particular he wanted to do. He really wanted a beach day. So we almost took a grab to the closest beach to us, but in the end, I think he just had a sit down near our poolside, because the flats that you can rent also have pools here.
Oh, yeah.
The pool is nice.
It's like a basic thing, because there are multiple pools at places. We have multiple pools.
So yeah, he had a beach instead of. I think that satiated his beach requirement. He just sort of that day actually, I went to pick up my sister-in-law from the airport, and so he basically just chilled by the poolside that day. We went to the Petronas. That was really good. I thought that was really good, because yeah, I went up. Have you been inside yet?
No.
Okay. One thing that is surprising. Everything is timed. I don't know if you knew that.
Like how long?
Yeah. So they'll take you into a room and they say you got 15 minutes. No joke. I'm not even joking. So yeah, they take you to, and you can correct me because you've been as well. Have you been inside Petronas? No. Yeah. So you go inside a room. They'll literally tell you, okay, you have this much time, and there's only certain rooms that they won't really bug you. So one of the rooms was like it had souvenir, but it was like on a high floor. So that high floor had coffee, had souvenir, and my mate, he was sort of like, I'm gonna give up on the like counter now. I'm gonna succumb. I'm gonna just keep using like. I'm sorry. I've given up now. I got to 8 and I'm still going to say it.
When you review this later,
I'm not going to count. Is someone write in the comments? I can't count. It's too much. This is how I speak, okay? I'm not experienced at this. I don't know what you want from me. So, like, yeah. Okay, so we get to the coffee, like that souvenir coffee type thing, and he made a very good suggestion. He was like, you know what, we're not going to be this high like for maybe a while. Let's just have a coffee. It makes sense in another way, because they didn't hassle us to like leave the area, because that's where the souvenirs are as well. So that floor, which is also quite high, they let you stay there for maybe half an hour. That was quite. I would recommend. Like the coffee was pretty average.
But to get more time up there.
Yeah, maybe just grab a coffee anyway. It was maybe expensive for like other places you can get coffee, but it was sort of worth it. The souvenirs, some of the souvenirs were actually quite nice. They might have been a bit expensive for what they were, but you know what? I actually like buying some stuff in the actual place, because when you walk away and you go somewhere else, they'll have the Patronus, but it'll look so weird. It'll look like the shape will be weird, or I don't know. And it was maybe like an extra like $1, $2. Like normally you can probably get it for like £2, but you maybe spend like 3 or 4. So I feel like maybe it's worth it.
You gotta get the OEM version. The original.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, honestly, some of this stuff I bought a couple of bits. I didn't buy anything because in my mind I'm still thinking about potentially hauling everything in the future. So I didn't buy anything that was too heavy.
Wait, how high exactly in the towers are you? Are you like the
80th floor, I think, like quite high.
The walking bridge is 42.
Yeah.
41.
Okay.
41.
It was really high.
41 is the walking bridge, and then they bring you to the 80th.
Something like that. It was totally worth it though. Genuinely, you know what's weird? You would think because they're timing you, it's not worth it, but it was still very much worth it.
I think I've held off because like from our unit, like we can see the Patronus towers, and we're pretty much like eye level to the bridge that connects them. So I feel like that's kind of satisfied us. And I don't know, for me, like
daytime. Go in the daytime.
Observationally, I feel like I enjoy looking at the structure, whether it's like when I went to Japan, the Sky Tree, Tokyo Tower, Osaka Castle. I enjoy looking at it more than the view from it. That's just my personal preference.
I think still go. I think it's still worth it. I think it's worth it.
You live here. I think it is. But I'm with you at the time. I didn't like the time.
The timing.
For
Yeah.
a price
Ooh.
and then the
So when
time.
it does open, the Merdeka 118, or what's the name of that enormous skyscraper?
That they're building now.
Oh yeah.
The Merdeka. I forget the number, but it's
Merdeka.
it's gonna be the second
tallest
building in the world.
Oh.
After Burj Khalifa.
Wow.
But it's just not open yet. But that's somewhere I do want to go when it's open.
Honestly, reconsider going to the Petra. It's totally. I think it's worth it. I think even with the timing, I didn't think it was cool. I thought it was a bit like but at the same time, when you see how much people they're shuffling, that in fact the day we went, it was sold out.
Yeah, it made it kill it.
Yeah, the day that day was sold out.
Well, we bought ours like 3 weeks ago. So
Really?
It makes sense. And then that was the weekend of the
Got mine on the day. Connections.
I think it's for the price. I think we paid like almost 100 USD for like 3 people.
Oh, okay.
So it's not
Yeah, it's all right.
It's not too bad. It's just like if you're more of like documenting everything, making videos, taking pictures, your time's gonna be like.
You get some really good profile pics.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
But like you said, time is like goes by kind of fast. You're like,
Hmm.
gotta come back. Next group is coming. So it's a system they do. Like
Stickers.
Every 10, 12 minutes, like, okay, next group, boom, 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 boom. So, I mean, I think it's working.
And they're very strict on time. I think if you miss your ticket time, like you can't go in. It's like that. So like when you go that day, just make sure, you know. Yeah, but you know what's interesting also? You can't really find that information. Well, I didn't look that hard to be fair also, but other people
Found out when you were there.
kind of, but at the same time, I don't really know what I was expecting either. Like it makes sense in hindsight, it all makes sense now, but
But I can see how it would be a surprise.
yeah, it's still a surprise.
Oh, yeah, 15 minutes.
Yeah, it was still a bit of a... But again, it was multiple rooms. It was a sky bridge. It was that souvenir. It was good. We also went to the Batu Caves. Have you guys been... Have you all been to the Batu?
We
Huh.
took the mother-in-law.
Yeah.
What time of day did you go?
Oh, we're smart. We went
Early?
we got there at maybe 8 a.m. right
Okay.
up.
Really? What day did you go actually?
She left.
Was it like a Saturday or Sunday?
Yeah, it was like
Interesting.
I think we went. Sunday was like a Sunday.
Okay.
But see, my mistake. We went like when we first got here, and me and wifey went like at 11 a.m. I literally was cooked. Like, we came down and I was like sweating through my socks. It was like, which I'm used to the heat, but it was like unbearable.
Dude, I went at like 2 p.m.
Yeah,
the
it's-
hottest point of the day. So
Don't listen to him.
Oh, that's crazy.
I was dripping.
That's so
That's why I
crazy.
When I got in the grab, like I was dripping, like literally dripping, like from my fingertips. I was
Oh my God.
So we told her, we were like, no, we had to go early in the morning. So we went early, and it wasn't that many people there. But the only bad thing is the monkeys aren't out.
Did you get harassed by the monkeys?
The first time we didn't, but I seen people get harassed the first time. This time we went with the mother-in-law, it was no monkeys. But I asked someone, and they're like, the monkeys don't come out. They're not morning. They're not morning.
They're not morning people.
They come out like during lunchtime. I was like, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, I
That's so funny.
Like rummaging through, he must have snatched a bag from someone. He was just throwing stuff out of the bag that he got.
I literally saw we were going up, so the steps are super steep, dude. So wifey to take a break, so we were standing there kind of making videos. Some lady was just standing there taking like a video in her purse. The monkey literally came up, snatched the purse, and jumped into a tree. Just like Michael was saying, he was rummaging through it.
Yep.
He looked at it, nah,
Yep.
nah,
Not food.
not food. And he got something, he threw her purse. It was like a brochure. He was like biting on it. And I was like, oh my. She was just distraught, like. And people were recording her. I kind of felt bad, like, the society, man. Someone help her. They were recording her. She was like.
Apparently, some of the locals know how to like exchange the banana for the item. Yeah, so you have to like go and get a banana, and you have to like try and basically, take the banana. Yeah.
They have big teeth, man. You gotta be careful. I tried that because we called our friends. We were like, man, this is cool. So she FaceTimed her friends, and I was trying to. She turned the camera, and I picked up a old banana skin. It was all black. So I was like, maybe he'll take it. And I kind of gave it to the monkey. He was like,
Oh no.
He was like, he felt like the smell was bad. He was like, he showed his teeth, and I was like, oh snap. But his fangs was so long. I was like, yeah,
wow.
Don't get rabies.
I'm gonna leave him alone, dude. He was like, I was like, yeah, let me not miss this monkey. They're tiny, but man, I'm sure that bite will pack a punch.
You know, overall, I feel like I found it slightly underwhelming going to the Batu Caves.
Yeah,
It was alright.
it's not for the reasons. It's a temple, so people go and
Pray.
They pray their offerings. So for some people, it's not their religion. It's kind of like
It's a nice view.
it's a nice view. It's like it's not just. Her mother kind of said it like, okay, what else? I'm like, that's it. But it wasn't in a bad way. She was like, we took a lot of steps, so what's next? I'm like, you kind of just come up here.
And look at it and take a picture and then you go down.
Golden structure in front was really impressive.
Nice.
No, it's cool. It's totally cool. I think for me, what it was two things. It felt kind of short. Like we went up because it was just me and my mate.
It doesn't take that long.
Yeah, it doesn't take. We're two dudes, right? That are like relatively healthy. So we just like shot up there.
Less than 10 minutes and you're there.
Yeah, and then there was a bit of trash around, and that kind of. And look, I wouldn't be bothered by the trash, but it's only because it was short. If it was like maybe a 2-hour trek, maybe the trash would be a bit more like spread out. You know what I mean? You wouldn't notice it as much. But because it's sort of like this condensed area, and then there's trash around it, and maybe the monkeys make it worse. I don't know. You notice that a bit. Like you sort of see that it's in your vision, and then the gold statue is cool, but I would maybe make the case that the nature is a tiny bit nicer. The cave itself is crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Like that cave itself is crazy.
Like literally built inside of a cave, like it's pretty cool.
Imagine if you were like, there's no such thing as houses at this point, and then you stumble across this cave. You're like, wow, 4 walls, 4 walls and a roof. Yeah.
It's like moist. It's like the water falls down from the top. It's
Free water.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Did you've been to the Batu Caves, right?
Yeah, but I very long stairs and very high place, so I scared of
Falling monkey. Yeah.
Aggressive.
Very high. When I was on high point, monkey, and sleepy.
Yeah.
So I think I fall down. Very high, maybe 15 meter high. So very high. Scared. I scared the high point.
I think there was a few food restaurants there, but they weren't like super nice or anything.
Yeah, but there were like a souvenir shop, a couple places where you could buy some snacks. But when I was going down, there was this dude who was carrying like 3 boxes stacked, and he's just balancing it on his head, walking up the stairs barefoot.
Sick.
Mad respect.
Oh yeah, no, super respect.
He's probably carrying over 50 pounds on his head, walking up these steep stairs.
I believe it, man. Something about faith, man. We were going down, and there was a family, and the mom was holding like some type of like tree. The husband had the back, but the wife had the front. And I was like, yeah, my wife wouldn't do that. I was like, baby, I know you wouldn't carry a tree up some steep steps. Like, no, I know you wouldn't. So I'm like, man, they do it for the culture and their religion. It's important to them. So I think for them, making that trek barefoot, going up there to pray, I think it's an all day thing for them. So like, you just going just to sightsee, it might be underwhelming, but yeah, it's something to do here.
Oh, speaking of updates, Hiro, I want to hear what's new from your world.
I have a big accident.
Oh.
Yeah, accident.
Big accident.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. My room's AC had broken.
Oh,
3
no.
weeks ago. 3 weeks.
3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
No.
Action.
Yeah.
Stunt doubles.
Resuming.
Stunt doubles coming in.
Well, apparently we had some kind of technical issue where this thing ran out of battery, so next time make sure we tell them that we're going for longer than an hour.
Yeah.
Because you know what, the same thing happened to my phone actually. My phone got really hot because it's basically recording for an hour straight. Carry on, you were saying about bad AC.
Broken.
Again? Again?
Oh, you maybe again, just in case we don't have the audio.
Okay. 3 weeks ago, my AC had broken, and
I feel bad.
here is tropical area, so the temperature is high, over 30 degrees every day, and it's nightmare. Yeah, it's nightmare.
Not good. It's not
I would say.
good.
And I aware of AC broken and called the agent sorry. And the agent shared to landlord about my situation. And after then, 3 contractors come to my home and inspect the AC broken. But I can still understand 3. It needs 3 contractors for AC repair.
No, that's
And its important thing is I'm talking about my experience. I'm not talking about my complaining. It's very important.
comedian.
Yeah, it's very important. And after 6 days, I aware the AC broken. First contractor come to my home and he said outside unit is broken, no gas. So to repair is next week. But I can't stand the hot room anymore. So I asked him, please, sooner. please repair in this week. Next he said, the agent called back you within 10 minutes, and he went back office. And I trusted his word and waited the agent call, but unfortunately the agent didn't call back me that day. Maybe it is described in the manual, because the other day another contractor said the same thing and the agent didn't call back me too. According to local people, be careful, you guys. And another according to local people saying, in this case we must let him not to back to the office. And after then, 2 contractors come to my home twice, and but it's still broken AC now.
I can't believe it's broken now. Still.
Now,
Oh, sad.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. So almost 3 weeks and AC broken. But kindly, my landlord sent me portable fan. So I would endeavor to understand this event as culture difference. Yeah.
So when's the next contractor coming?
Not decided.
No.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Now landlord ask price about price the contractor.
Okay.
Yeah, wait for the contract.
Not decide.
Interesting.
This kind of reminds me of when I think it was some of the other folks that relocated here when we were all talking about getting internet set up. That
I know exactly what you're gonna say. Go on. Let me see. Go on.
Okay, so someone described to me that they had an experience of getting internet set up at their place, to where a guy came out, said for some reason they couldn't do it, so they had to reschedule, but then asked my friend for money, like bring it, and my friend was like, I don't have cash on me, so like why am I giving?
Yeah, it was a bit
I
scammy.
came back because when I also had a similar issue, where it came out something in the room was broken. But the guy didn't ask me for money though, thankfully. 'Cause I would have been like, for what? It's like you didn't do what you were out here to do.
Yeah, our guy was okay actually. I think you might be probably. I guess you're thinking of someone else, but our dude was fine. In fact, he changed our Wi-Fi password like 4 times because we couldn't decide on what password. So he was our dude was super nice.
Are you referring to Michael?
Yeah.
Yeah, he said he.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did he give him money? I mean, he didn't.
No,
He did it.
He was willing to like go to the ATM and everything though, but yeah, he didn't have cash.
Yeah, I think it may be similar to like in America where
They're trying to grind, get that tip.
they're trying to
Yeah, I
finesse.
need a service fee.
Yeah.
They're trying to finesse. That's not good.
You know, we had a shared experience actually, me and Hero. Yeah, we went to Malacca. Yeah, we went to Malacca. Have you guys been to Malacca?
No.
You've been okay.
Is it north or south?
South.
There you go, south.
Singapore.
Oh, close. Okay.
Yeah.
But it's actually it was not too far. Crazy thing. Couple of stories though with this, right? First, the service station was really nice. The rest stop. It was so nice. Have you guys seen? Man, it was.
Do you take a bus?
No. So some people from my wife's work, they organized like a trip or something, and then they got a car. So we went in their car,
Okay.
and my mate was down at the time, and I wasn't sure if we were gonna go. We were like, don't know, and then we were just like, you know what? Since they're going anyways, we might as well go with them. So we went, and the service station. I'm gonna get to the end of the story, but first, like the service station was so nice. It just looked like so clean. There was so much food options. They had a family mart there. Like, there's just so much. It just
sounds like rest stops in South Korea are like that.
really.
It's like a place you actually want to stop.
Yeah.
Food and-
Yeah, totally. In fact, that was the meeting point. So we met. So we drove a little bit, met there, and then we like all ate a little bit of food. Honestly, it's so nice. Like they had this is gonna sound so stupid, but they had a massive fan, and like for some reason it just looked so nice. Like I think the big like fan, you know what? It made me feel like they were so confident to have a fan that big and look that nice. Like the rest of this is gonna look amazing. No, it was cool, and so that was one thing. We both tried. This is kind of near the end of the story, but we both tried cow intestine.
Count testing.
Yeah.
Count testing.
Yeah.
What's the name of it?
I can't remember. I got a picture though. I got okay, so I can describe it.
Or how was it prepared?
We had multiple satays, right? So we had chicken satay, beef satay, and then intestine, right? Right. Yeah. And so what was interesting was the chicken, they had like 30 skewers, and the beef, they had like 30 skewers, and then the intestine, they had like 10, right? Obviously, we ate all the stuff. Then I was like, you know what? It's halal. I'm allowed to eat it. Let's give it a go, right? That's the rule, right? If you're allowed to eat it, you should, give it a try. So I tried it. It was very gamey. It was very gelatinous, right? But this is how I understood it. If you've grown up having this stuff, it's basically just a different texture. So if if you're eating like a burger, like maybe you want a burrito, it's kind of like that. It's like it's slightly different texture in that sense, but it's still meat. So it wasn't. I wouldn't say like I'm dying to have it again. I wouldn't say it was gross or anything, but to me it was more like, oh, it's just a different texture. Like
You tried it.
yeah, totally. Like why not?
Have you ever had it? I have.
Really?
I've eaten live octopus though.
Oh, no, I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one.
Delicacy in Korea.
Was it good? Was it?
Still moving.
Nah, I don't know, man.
In your mouth.
Nah.
I don't know what it was.
Nah, I don't know about that. Yeah, I don't know about.
Live octopus.
It was still like.
Was it moving in your mouth? Oh no, man. Okay, wait. Did it at least taste good?
Well, that's the thing about the octopus. Like, it's just meant to be eaten like
Served like that.
raw.
No.
You can dip it in some sauce if you want, but Like you have to chew on it for several minutes. before
Nah,
it'll
nah,
stop
nah, nah.
eating.
That's where I draw the line, man. Like, that's where I draw the line.
You have to chew it until it stops, because like there have been people who have died from it getting stuck in.
Nope. Just kill it on the plate. Just no.
Sannakji is what it's called.
Again?
Sannakji. It's live octopus.
Nah, it's called hard pass. that's what it's called, bro.
I wouldn't mind trying if I'm scared.
Yeah, it was again an experience. It's not something I would eat again. But like, there's this really famous Korean movie called Old Boy, and
Oh.
there's
Yeah.
a scene where he just grabs this octopus and he just, I mean, it's a whole octopus. Mine was just like little pieces of it. He just puts it in his mouth, and I'm like, I wonder what that means.
Oh my god, no, mate, no. But Malacca was cool. The food was good. They did you like the intestine?
The most interesting, but
No, intestine, the beef intestine.
beef.
You know, on the skewer.
I was surprising. Okay, surprising is I eat hamburger, include beef and chicken and egg and vegetable. This hamburger price is 4 ringgit.
Oh yeah, the Ramly burger.
4 ringgit.
Yeah.
4 ringgit.
Yeah.
4 ringgit. Yeah.
They took us to this food market, and so basically I've been looking for a Ramly burger. That's what it was, right? The Ramly burger, and I've been looking for like a good one. And because they took us to this particular market, right? Yeah, it's crazy. Like you can pretty much eat that by itself, and then they give you this jug of like, so you can order, you know, like a peach iced tea or whatever, and they will literally give you like, yeah, you remember, yeah, like Door's flipping goblet of like a flipping, it's like this big and like that tall. It was humongous. Like my wife ordered one, and we just looked at it, and I didn't put a drinks order in, so I was sort of like, I guess we'll share.
More bang for your buck, huh?
Hey, there's one close by here. We can go afterwards.
What?
What's it called?
Ramly Burger.
Oh, they have them here.
You know, okay, I'm gonna say this, right? It is very wet. It's very, yeah. So everything, like, is a lot of sauce, right? Hero, like sauce, lot of sauce, like, so you sort of have to wanna try it, if that makes sense. But it's very wet. It's very wet. Also, just because it's a Ramly doesn't mean it'll be 4. Because in this area it might be more. But the area that we went to in Malacca, everything was relatively cheap. Do you see what I mean? So I imagine that one you found would probably be more like 15, 18, something like that. Or maybe, I mean, still comparatively cheap for a burger, like, you know. But Malacca was cool. We pretty much. There's this red church that was cool. It's like you can get a nice, you know, profile picture of something. But I think what was cooler was the hike. They had like a little hike that you can basically go up like the mountain type thing, and the view from there was really nice. The restaurant we actually wanted to go to was closed, so we're gonna have to go back. But oh my god, they had this Vietnamese coffee, and it was like the best coffee I've ever had. It was so good.
Was that your first time having Vietnamese coffee?
Vietnamese. Yeah. Yes, to answer your question, yes, it was the first time I had that. However, I also believe it was a really good one, because my wife is like a coffee connoisseur. Like, she knows her coffee very well, and the minute she had it, she was like, you gotta try this. And then I wasn't in a coffee mood, but I was like, you know what, I'll just have a little bit of yours. And it was so good, man.
Yeah.
Like, it was so good.
You can vouch for it?
Yeah,
It's so
coffee,
good.
It's like it's in its own. It's
It's its own thing. Yeah.
within the world of coffee.
Yeah, it's its own thing. Like, I wouldn't say, you can't compare it to anything else. Like, it's not, you know when you sit down and you want like a hot cup of coffee, that's not what it is. It's very, like, it's kind of like the difference between a coffee and like a bubble tea. They're nice in their own in their own right. However, Vietnamese coffee is also like, it tastes like coffee, if that makes sense. But it's just sort of its own thing, I'd say. But yeah, that was really good. The day trip itself, it was cool. We actually went to a garage as well. That was weird, because they basically fixed like their tires and stuff like on the way there. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. And you know what was nice though was basically like, because my mate was here, I was able to explain to him how the rain works, because it was raining. It sounds stupid, right? But it was raining at the time, and again, it just doesn't. It never sounds real. It's always like, oh, it's gonna rain for an hour, and then it's gonna like stop for the whole day. Obviously, in the UK, it rains like all the flipping time, or it's just grey. Why are you so grey? But basically, when we were at the garage, it was raining like really bad, like the worst we've ever seen it. And I still felt so relaxed. I was like, it's gonna be done like 40 minutes. In fact, it's better that it rains now while we're in the cars, because when you arrive there, it's gonna be like stone cold dry. And exactly that happened. And I love he was there for that, because I could basically say to him, like when he texts me and he's like, oh, what's the weather like? I'll be like, oh, it's raining. And he will now know that don't mean nothing. Like maybe we haven't got to the worst of the because it's technically monsoon season now, I guess. So
monsoon season.
you know, potentially we haven't got to the worst of it. I don't know. Yeah.
I've
But
gotten into the habit of just looking like out my window, because you can see pretty far.
Mm.
It's like,
Cars, too.
okay, those clouds, it's gonna rain later today. But you know, it passes.
it passes.
quick, though.
Yeah.
You know, so I check the weather app less often now, and I just look at the sky. I'm like, we're good today, no rain.
Let's take
Honestly.
do the same thing.
Yeah. And
Even
even
the mountains in the back, like it's coming.
Yeah.
but you know what? There's another difference as well, which is basically like you can still plan your day. That's such a big difference. I don't know what it's like in the States or Japan. But when it rains in the UK, you don't feel like you want to do anything. That's
like Seattle. Seattle.
really
It's the same in Texas.
Yeah.
If it rains, it's like your day's over.
Yeah. If if it rains in Japan, is it really bad?
Yeah, no. But in summer is like
Very hot.
very hot. And
Yeah.
Like Malaysia, but except summer, like UK in over all day.
All day.
All day. Yeah.
Oh, so if it rains, it's all day.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, this is the thing. Whereas here, it'll pass, and also they'll have the flipping underground tunnels or like these walkways. So near my house, we got like a bunch of walkways that connects to like Pavilion, or it connects to
Oh, I know what you're talking.
all that kind of stuff. Or you got the underground walkway that connects to Fahrenheit. So you can pretty much, as long as you can make it to one of the malls, you got like 5 floors of that mall, and then like a passage to another mall that's another 5 floors. And not only was explaining the weather really nice and like having someone see that firsthand, but also sort of being like, this has not really ruined our day, so it's not going to really ruin your holiday. Whereas if you're somewhere else and it can like imagine.
Sorry, we're staying in the hotel today.
Yeah, like that just you know. And but when it rains, I'm like, don't worry, bro, we're gonna go here and we're gonna get some food, and then by the time we're done, you know,
We're back to
so
it.
yeah, we're back to it.
Yeah.
Honestly,
That the weather here is like you said, it's tropical. So when people ask me back home, I always compare it to like Florida, like Miami.
Yeah.
Like it'll rain, like you're saying, for an hour or so, and then you're
They get the
good.
natural disasters, though.
No,
There's
no,
one
yeah.
like going on right now.
No, it is. Well, you say about back home, we had hurricane season, so it's,
Hurricane.
yeah.
yeah, you don't want to.
Scary.
It is. It's bad, dude. It's terrible.
You guys got the hurricanes. Japan's got the earthquakes.
Earthquakes and typhoon.
Oh, typhoon.
Typhoon.
Earthquake is more scary.
Really?
Earthquake is
I don't think I don't think I've ever experienced an earthquake.
Oh,
It's very scary.
very scary because the house is broken.
Damn,
Earthquake.
that is bad.
That is scary.
Yeah.
Well, and then after earthquake in Japan, you have to worry about tsunami afterwards.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So tsunami caused atomic generator.
Oh, back in 2011.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where did it hit at?
It was somewhere more south in Japan, but yeah, basically there's earthquake, tsunami, and then
The ocean, right?
nuclear power plant.
Yeah, nuclear power.
There was it was almost Chernobyl. It was almost like
Oh wow, I
it was
don't think I heard of
almost gonna
that.
Be that much of a catastrophe.
It's very, very scary.
Oh my
Very
God.
scary.
That is kind of crazy. The worst we get is like really bad floods, and then the government never ever do anything about it as well. Oh, sorry. You know what? I'm not there anymore. Yeah, why don't you do something about it, man? Our escalators broke. You know what? Actually, I got a bone to pick. I actually genuinely have a bone to pick. My escalators, I'm going to tell you exactly where it was. In Stratford in London. The escalators next to the flipping underground in the Stratford station, that's been closed for 9 months. The escalators here broke. They fixed it the next day. What's up with that? We got more GDP in the UK. What? I don't understand. I don't get it. Like,
Yeah, they're efficient here.
honestly, like, I don't understand. I promise you, I'm not exaggerating. In fact, I took some pictures before I left because I knew I was going to bring this up in my life at some point. And this is the moment I'm bringing it up. It was broken for at least 9 months.
Just crack up if just by chance, say they fix it, it works. I would just die if you go back home and at that moment it's still broken.
It's still broken. Bro. I got no doubt. You know what? Yeah, if someone can just leave a comment, anyone from Stratford in London, yeah, because I know some people still we're connected. So please just leave a comment and tell me that it's still broken because it's still broken. I know it's still broken because they can't fix it because they don't even have a canopy for the rain. So and it's a mechanical stair. So you're leaving it to like and here they fix it like that. Like, come on, where's UK? Where's the money at? Like,
Not AC units though.
no. Okay. Sorry, I needed to get that off my chest because honestly, I feel like I'm having multiple mental breakdowns today. But I needed to get it out of my system because the escalators, man, like, and other stuff that break here, they just, there's a sign straight away. There's a this straight away. There's a that straight away. Like, in fact, when I go back to my flat now, there's an escalator that was broken yesterday. I think it was already fixed on our way here. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it definitely was because I would have complained about it with Hero. Yeah, it's already fixed. I don't get it.
Different here.
Yeah, but the thing that I can't wrap my head around is I'm more than certain that and I don't know, I can't remember if we mentioned this in the first episode, but the GDP is like slightly lower than definitely lower than the States. And then like the UK for some reason has a lot of money. I don't know how. But we have a lot of money and the population is maybe a tiny bit lower here, but then you guys got a lot of land. So it's I don't understand how they've managed to organize so well here in that sense. Like, I don't get how the malls are.
It's a question I think about all the time.
Yeah, I don't get how it works. And then all the malls as well. Like every single time I took my mate to a mall, he always made a comment of like, there's a lot of people here. In every mall as well. There's a lot of people there, and then you're trying to figure out like what's the rent, because how are you selling enough that you basically have this many, like Starbucks for example, like maybe that's a bad example, but that's in like every building.
For me, I think like that. This comes to mind for me when I see all of the luxury brands in every mall.
Exactly.
Every mall has a Louis Vuitton.
Yeah.
All of those brands, and it's like again, they're all right next to each other, but yet there must be enough traffic and demand to justify having so many Louis Vuittons in a 10-minute walking distance from each other.
Honestly,
Yeah, they are close. You're right.
Yeah, like Pavilion, there's a Louis Vuitton. You walk to TRX, there's one, and everywhere.
It's different, man. The dollar here is.
I feel.
It's we can go left with this one. This one is like a deep on like I be getting treated in the UK.
What you mean government wise? Yeah, you.
We can talk about it.
We don't live there anymore. Speak your truth.
This is a slippery slope to talk about.
Now we probably have to go back. Just all I'm saying is just try and reutilize your funds. Don't not let me back in. I might want to come back, but just use your funds better. Like a little bit of forward thinking goes a long way.
It is true. I got a question. So we talked about everybody else, but we haven't talked about this gentleman right here. And what you been up to? I heard you was in the tournament, right? You was you was on TV and all that. Right?
TV. This is our TV.
I did try my hand at entering a pool tournament here at one of the pool halls I go to regularly. It was for amateurs. I just want to clarify that it wasn't like a professional tournament. But I would say even amongst the amateur rated crowd, like talent here in Malaysia is much higher than like where I'm from back in Seattle. It was broken out, so they had like 4 days of like qualifying matches. So there were like how many people? They had like 16 people per day, and then 2 people qualified from or no, 4 people qualifying from each day to then go on to the knockout round. So I managed to survive my night to go to the knockout round, but then the first match there, like I got beat. It was a good experience though. Like, you know, I never entered a tournament back home just because there weren't that many, and also like the format was specifically like, hey, you know, if you're a more amateur intermediate player, then just it's completely open to anyone, because that's when you get the people that are extremely good who will just like, I have no chance of moving up
For sure.
in the tournament because of all these really highly rated people. So
Oh, that's cool. I'm glad you did. I'm glad you found, because I'm still looking for something like.
The basketball though, remember I missed.
Yeah, but I'm still looking for that. Like, I played in leagues and I played all the time back home. So coming here is like, I need that scratch. Like,
Did you check out the basketball thing that I sent?
the lot thing?
Yeah.
No, I don't have a ball. I spoke to we had a tour guide when we first got here, and I stayed in touch with him. And he bought his son, and he was saying you need a ball, you need all these things. You can go, but you need a. I was like, wow.
But you asked him about the lot 10 thing.
Yeah, because he
Oh.
asked me about it, and I was like, "Wow, I need to go." Like, someone brought it up to me, and he was like, "Why? I just took my son,
Yeah.
and they had kids there, but you need a ball." He was like, it's more of a kid thing.
Right.
Like, he was like, "But what you're looking for is probably not that." And I was like,
I don't know, mate. It looked pretty big to me.
that's what he told me, but I hadn't experienced it
that's
yet.
like half court size.
Yeah, it was us. I mean,
He just said there's a lot of kids there when he took his son.
I mean, I totally get that because there was like an arcade there and stuff, but it was pretty big. And there was like maybe 16, 17-year-olds at one point. Like, I walked past a different day.
It might be a day you go.
Yeah. So they were.
We organized groups. When I talked to people, and I met certain people here, they told me they have certain gyms, but they go as a group. So I got added to a group, but it's like I'm not sure they messing with me. They responded like once in the group.
I think it's probably more a preference thing because a lot of the adults like playing badminton right here. So maybe it's just like you see kids there because they like more like a variety of sport. Whereas,
School, they used to
you know, but when you're like an adult, you're sort of fixed. Like you like your pool, for example. Like it'll be.
You want pool to be your thing? You can play with me.
I mean, I beat him what, twice? I think 2 or 3
It has
times.
happened. It's not
No,
impossible.
he's pretty good. He's pretty good. I beat him. I'm saying I beat him twice, but it was like I'm like 2 for 15. he smacked me like 15 times. But no, Mike's pretty good. That's why I asked him about the tournament, because he's real good. It's something he likes to do, and it's like he can pursue it. And it's like it's something that I want to do. How he likes pool, I want to do something like that for myself, and I haven't found it yet. So I'm still looking. So I was curious about your tournament that you had signed up for. You had told me about it, and
I'll definitely do it again next time there's another one.
you should do. I think you should, man. It's like a hobby of yours that you can really, you semi-retired. So you get down in.
Time.
Yeah,
Time.
too.
Nothing but time.
It's pretty cool, man.
We'll go to the basketball thing. I do wanna.
can do it.
I'd love you to teach me like how to actually
Dribble.
do anything. I don't know. I mean,
basketball is real high skill level. So I teach you the fundamentals, but it's not too bad.
I mean, I'm just more impressed by the fact that court is free.
Yeah.
Like you can just, as long as you book it in time, it's free.
Yeah, let's have that be our next outing. No, I'm serious. I want to go.
I'm down.
No, I'm down. Yeah.
Down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could make it happen. We try pool, so this will be the next thing. After that, be soccer or something, badminton. What?
Oh, I would like to try badminton.
Or we could do pickleball.
Oh, you know what? Actually, I do want to play pickleball. I've seen a lot more of that
We
these
have
days.
a pickleball court at my flat.
Really?
I got to change my lingo around. At my flat, I got a pickleball court. Yeah.
Oh, that's so random.
My amenities in my apartment is pretty sick.
So we just need to get equipment.
I got a sauna. We have 2 pools. I have a rock climbing thing. It's small though.
Oh. Because I like climbing.
I know you would, but it's like
10 feet.
yeah, it's not even how tall as this structure. It's
Hmm.
but it's long, but it's not high. I'm like, I don't know. But it wasn't really. I don't think it would justify like what you're looking for. But we have a pickleball court. Yeah, they always people always playing. I always see them. I'm like a weirdo. I'm like watching them. Like
They got the proper pickleball like rackets and everything.
Well, no, you have to bring your own stuff.
But they have like you see them use that.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
People must have bought the material. We have the court. They just provide the court.
Hmm.
They provide the ball and the.
I'm just surprised. I feel like I'd never heard about pickleball till like the last couple years or something.
No. It's just started picking up
Mm.
the last couple of years. It's been out, but it's like now it's catching on.
This is the fastest growing sport in America.
It is. I have a good friend of mine. He plays like kind of how you do. He plays like in the league,
Right.
like a men's league, and he went pretty far. He's pretty good. Like he used to be like me and play basketball, but now he's transitioned into like pickleball player. He said he's like, you gotta do it, man. It's fun. It's like tennis, keeps you in shape. Everybody does it. I'm
It seems
like,
easier than tennis.
Mm.
I just haven't converted yet. Man, everybody's telling me to do it. I just haven't got to that point where I did it once or twice. And I'm like,
Alright, we're gonna buy some cheap equipment
we could do
just so
it.
that way we can play.
We could do
We'll
it.
do some 2-on-2.
Speaking of cheap equipment, I went to I think Decathlon inside of.
Decathlon. It's like
No.
the Academy.
Oh my God! There's a Decathlon inside of the Four Seasons Mall. The Four Seasons has a mall, right?
The one near KLC's
Yeah. And the Decathlon is massive. Like,
Four Seasons.
yes. So Four Seasons has a Four Seasons Mall, like attached to it or something,
I
right?
didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
And okay, this is so random, right? So firstly, we went to that mall. I can't remember why, but that Decathlon was so big and they had so much different stuff. We ended up buying a bunch of random stuff we needed for our pool. Then we went upstairs to the top floor. They had a warehouse sale for like headscarves or something, or like it was like a brand of some kind.
Oh, okay.
Right? But we didn't recognize the brand, so it must be like a Malaysian brand. It had headscarves, they had like a jacket, they had like collaborations with like Hello Kitty, with like Chopper Chops and like all this kind of stuff, right? And it was like a crazy sale. Like people were screaming. Like this is what I remember like sales to be like in the 90s. Like people are screaming, there's like 80% off. I promise you it was exactly like that. They're like screaming and they're like giving away stuff, like they're like, and look, this is just a fact. It was a lot of women there, okay? There was like a lot of women there and they were like throwing perfumes and they were like screaming and grabbing and stuff, and we just happened upon it, right? So we're not even like prepared to be in this environment. So we walk in. And I'm telling, like, so I go up first, and she's still in Decathlon buying whatever, and I go back down. I'm like, don't want to tell her because, like, I know we're gonna end up spending like some time there, and it just doesn't feel. Luckily, she was on my same wavelength that day, so I went down and I said, "Oh, by the way, there's a warehouse sale if you want to check it out." So we're like, "Okay, we'll check it out. Fine." Go upstairs. There's literally like a family of like 6. We're talking like mom, dad, grandma. Kids, like, and no, check this, right? They have now grabbed at least 20-30 pieces of these like headscarf things that are like in this casing, and they're sitting down and they're organizing which ones they want to buy. It it was like, and we just happened upon this, by the way. It was so what it looked like to us, it looked like they were resellers of some kind, because they knew exactly what they were doing. They were like, you know, you go get the stuff. Like they've like scooped up a bunch of stuff. They're like looking at the label, and then they're like organizing it. Goes here, goes there, goes here. Like, and like it's the whole entire grandma as well. Grandma's there. She's there. She's like, she's there. Like,
She taught them how to do it.
yeah. And I think my wife just bought like one item. Like we bought one item so we could like participate, but it was just the weirdest thing. Like, and then I spoke to the clerk, and I was like, how often do these happen? Because in my mind I was like, man, I could become a reseller of some kind. I was like, how often? And but he wasn't a part of the warehouse. He was a part of the brand that was present. So he was just like, oh, we just booked it, whatever. But it was just so random. Sorry, this was off the Decathlon thing. We were talking about, all that. But it was just so random.
Unexpected thing to see in a sporting goods.
Well, it was a part of the mall, I think. So
Just like in their event.
So yeah, basically Decathlon had more or less one entire level, and it was like the biggest Decathlon I've ever seen. They even had a running machine that was broken that could like measure your running.
Speed.
Yeah, like they had so much stuff, and but yeah, it was the mall that had like multiple levels, and then there wasn't really much food, but the top level was like an empty space that I think they repurposed for multiple sales.
You saying that it is when you go to malls here, they always have something like a theme or something. Maybe that day was that theme, and each mall has something. I've come in the States. You can go to the mall and it's like you walk. You have the food court. You have the areas where you shop.
And then that's it.
And that's it.
Yeah.
The only time there is something else in the mall is Santa Christmas
Yeah.
time. That's about it.
That's it, dude. Like it's
That's
like
all we
Thanksgiving,
get.
maybe,
Yeah.
or Easter, but here it's like
You know,
every day is something.
I'm gonna say I learned what the catchphrase is for the Surya Mall, and when I say this catchphrase, I think it's gonna all make a lot more sense. The catchphrase is always something new. That makes sense, right? Because there's literally always something new, especially in Surya, like that, where the Patronus is. Like, there is literally always something new.
I have a kind of a pro tip about the Isetan department store
Okay.
at KLCC. If you go there, maybe like 7:30, 8 p.m., all of the sushi is discounted. Like,
Oh, yeah,
some of
yeah,
it,
yeah.
like half off. Because it was the end of the
Where?
night and they're trying to sell it.
Where?
So there's a department store called Isetan in
Isetan.
the Surya KLCC mall.
Yeah.
And, yeah, like there's just one night, hadn't had dinner yet, and I was like, oh, I'll walk over there and check it out. And I was like, oh yeah, like it made me think of Japan. Where like we go to a department store before they close, like all the sushi is like massively discounted.
Okay.
Because they
You don't want to get rid of it.
exactly. So I was like, so I've done that a couple times. Want some late night sushi?
Speaking of Isetan, actually, they have a really fancy restaurant in Lot 10.
Oh really?
Yeah. So check this out, right? So it was my wife's birthday recently, like on the 23rd. So like a week ago, when I was trying to plan what to do, I was like trying to find a bunch of these like really nice restaurants, and Isetan came up. They literally have like one of the top tier, like Japanese style food, like that you can find in this area. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, it was quite expensive. I mean, it was a birthday meal, so I wasn't too fussed about like pricing wise, but it was that was cool. But we ended up going to apparently a celebrity chef, like his restaurant from Malaysia, D1 or something. It's like the place was called D1 1958.
How was it? We can be honest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You was like, I'm being.
Okay, look, I love food, okay? I love food a lot. Yeah, I will try cow intestine, no problem. Yeah. The food there, which was very highly rated, by the way, it was, certain dishes were really good. The satay was really good. A bunch of different stuff was really good, but there were some dishes that were like, it felt like you were having from a different restaurant. The octopus was not good. Like, not the octopus, like it was squid. It was squid, and it was too chewy. It was like overcooked or something. And then this was nice. So they gave, okay, so we ordered a like a platter for 4 people.
I was actually what you ordered.
So we ordered
Get a whole bunch of food.
so we ordered a platter because we were like, oh, we're gonna order this stuff, and it's gonna end up adding up to the same.
Yeah.
And sometimes in the UK they show the platter price and then it's per person. So it will be like a platter 100, but it will be £100, £100. Did you have that in the UK? Sorry, the States or?
Yeah. Sure.
Right. So they had the platter price, but it was the total price. Okay, and that total price was around $100. Like,
This is doable.
yeah. So, and for a birthday meal for 4 people,
Yeah.
that's not, and a top tier ish place. So we got this platter, and the first round of appetizers, all the appetizers were amazing. Like, I think we got full on the appetizers, more or less. And earlier in the day, we went to Din Tai Fung because
Love Din Tai.
okay, because my sister-in-law and my mate, they both missed it the night before. So we went for like a early-ish, late, maybe more like late lunch, and had a Din Tai Fung. But that's not really filling in it. That's why we went. If you think about it, like this, like that bowl's not that filling in it.
Yeah. No, see, when I go, I order multiple things. So
Okay, so that's what we weren't doing. We went to Din Tai Fung to only order one thing.
Sure, lunch.
Yeah, because we knew we were going later. We were like, let's just get one bowl each. That's not gonna fill us up. You're definitely gonna try the peanut sesame, and then that'll be cool. And so we went. Yeah, and so later we went. The appetizers were filling. It was really good. It was Malaysian food, by the way. That was the cuisine. It was like, it was Malaysian food.
Right, it was served on a leaf or a plate.
Everything was served slightly different, but there was no leaf, I don't think. And the main piece, the main like actual like centerpiece was like a whole cooked fish. Yeah, it was this.
I had one of those recently.
It was this fish, right? And then there was like, it was in this boat thing, and the boat had like candles underneath it to keep it warm. Listen, that fish was so nice. It was so good. It was so tender. Like, you know, it was like whatever like gravy type thing that they had was really nice. But I just wish they took it off the bone. That's it. That's it. That's the only thing. Because like everything, like me, the way I like my food, there's some things I don't mind having on the bone, like a chicken wing, right?
Sure.
Like a chicken wing or
Fish bones, you gotta.
fish bones. And
Fish,
but
I
look,
like fish.
it was so tender. You literally poke a spoon on it and it starts falling apart. So I was like, okay, this is all right. But like, you know, you sort of look. You're in a fancy place, right? I don't mind eating with my hands, like that's fine. But like, you're in a fancy place, you don't really want to eat with your hands, but you kind of have to like pick at it to like separate the bones out.
Yeah, we eat the full. I learned that when you eat the full fish, the bone was just like it just comes with it.
Yeah.
Like it's like part of the gimmick.
Yep.
You gotta pick the bones out. I don't like it either. The idea of
In
like
my octopus, there's no bones.
Almost Japanese people can remove fish bone
easy.
by chopstick.
You chop it easy.
Oh,
Y'all used to-
okay.
Y'all used to it. See,
When I was child, I trained.
I could imagine. See,
Yeah. So no, but you know what? It was pretty good. I think so. We actually are planning to go back there, so it is good enough that we're going back. However, of the things that we ate, when we go back, we're not gonna get another platter. We're gonna pick. Like there was a lemon chicken that was like, it was so good. It was like the best lemon chicken I've had. It was amazing.
If you go to this place, go a la carte.
I think, look, if you're going with, like, let's say, for example, us four went, I would be still be tempted to get the platter because you get to try everything. Like, the first time, it's like semi worth trying it. Yeah, like, it might be worth trying it because then at the same time, you don't need to pick, like, what, like, you're getting the satay, you're getting the this, you're getting the that, you're getting the XYZ. So that's kind of fine. But, like, when we go back with other people, we'll tell them, like, this is what's good. Like, don't get that. And don't get the squid. It's too chewy. Like, yeah.
Okay. Squid, octopus.
Alright.
Squid and intestines. Mate. Yeah, man.
Alright, so we're coming to the end of our time here, but I wanted to wrap up just quick fire, hopefully rapid response. To tie into our channel name, right? Semi-retired gents. When you get asked the question, so what are you doing here? How do you respond?
I'm here supporting.
This is funny already. I love it.
No, I like it. Simple.
Yeah, I don't try to. Yeah, I'm serious.
But what if they ask you, work, holiday?
A lot of people ask me. I look different, so they always ask me, and I say, "I'm here for support." I always say support.
Alright, I might start using that.
So I'm here for support. Here for support. That's what I say.
You know, okay. So I like making a lot of jokes. I hope that comes across. So I kind of will let the other person talk. So they'll be like, "Oh, are you here for work?" I'm like, "No." "Are you here to study?" I'm like, "No." It's like, "What do you like?" I'll find a way to make a joke out of it. So the more they talk, the more of a chance I get to make a joke.
Okay.
Ultimately, they will ask something like, "Oh, so your partner works?" And I'll be like, "Yes." And then they've by the end of it, they've pieced it together. But I'm more the type that I'll let them.
Make them fish
I'll,
for it.
well, I won't say, oh, like you have to guess. Like it's just like they people are inquisitive because if they're already asking you, like, oh, what do you work? And it's like, the answer's no. Oh, so you study? It's like, no, I don't study. Like I studied a while back, but I don't study anymore. And it's like, oh, and then they'll keep trying to guess, and then I'll just let them. And we have this funny exchange. In fact, I was praying in one of the malls, and one of the older dudes, when we were leaving, he like struck up a conversation, which like I'm not that used to social interactions. Maybe I need a dog, but like he struck up a thing, and he was like, oh, what do you do? And then I was like, nah, da 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 da. And then my mate answered the question, and then they all started having a little laugh over that. But it was like this nice little moment of like, he was like, oh, I wish I was you. And I was like, yeah, man, like, you know what I mean? So I kind of try and let it go to this place where it'll be funny, but at the same time, they've kind of got their answer as well.
Okay, I really like that. Actually.
Yeah. But that's just me. Sorry, it was probably a longer answer than a quick fire, but that's just how I think, I guess.
All right, Hiro, what about you?
It's complex. but, I'm different from yours because I'm Japanese, so I should study English. So this time is very precious time for me because I studied English and paid money.
Oh yes, for sure.
Oh, you pay for lessons?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I online English conversation. I try it a month, and I paid $60 US. Yeah.
Nice.
So, but it's free. my wife. I explained my wife. It's my study. It's precious time to study English.
You doing good, man. You doing good.
She can understand.
You doing really good. You doing really good.
So how do you answer the question?
Well, I feel like I'm often asked the question in the terms of like, are you here for work or vacation? And I'm like, kind of vacation.
Maybe you should just tell people you're retired. That might make more sense.
And then I changed or evolved into I recently moved here 3 months ago. And,
I think technically the most accurate answer would genuinely be to say retired. Like if I'm actually thinking about it now, like a one-word answer. If you can't do what I was saying, where you can like make a joke or, maybe actually just saying retired. It sounds kind of counter because I think you look at someone like all of us, we still look relatively young because you think of retired like 70, right?
For sure.
But technically, the correct answer might actually be I'm retired. Yeah. You know what? Give it a go, and then report back to us and tell us how it went. Because that might be like the best. I think I might even try it. I think I might even give it a go. No, I'm gonna say full retired. I'm gonna see how that goes.
Okay. No, all right. Thank you guys. I really like that input because I'm like, because I got asked that question on my way here. And I was like, ooh, I want to know what the guys say.
All right. Well, I think maybe let's all just try saying retired and then see how that goes. I'm gonna give that a go.
We'll commit to that.
Yeah.
Report back with
Full retired. You can say quarter retired because of the dog.
Yeah. Yeah, I could. I'm still retired. I'm still go.
Yeah.
See the reaction.
I think that might be the most accurate.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for tuning in to our episode 2. Leave us comments, questions, any more marriage proposals for Shayeb, and we'll see you next time.
Like, subscribe, please, guys. Like and subscribe.
Yeah, I'm really happy with how much we've got. So we've got like 300 views on our last video. Please watch on YouTube or listen on Spotify. And also, if the audio is disconnected, that is not the editor's fault. That is the fault of this studio place that we're currently in. They didn't give us enough batteries. So that is, don't look at me. It's not my fault. I'm innocent. And the last one, actually, I responded to that comment. I'm not going to do that again. Okay, that's it. Oh, wait, where's the thing? Okay, goodbye. Till next time.
We're out.